Alright, so if my younger self were to hear this video, he would think to himself that the person talking on the camera is stupid and listening to him would be a wasted time. Well, why don't you hear me out for a second if you're one of those people? I spent most of my past years trying to find the one slash trying to date and find happiness through dating. And I would look around me and I would just see everybody dating. I would see everybody in relationships. Everybody would just be in relationships. And I was just alone by myself. And I felt left out. So then I turned to, social media, tried to get and talk to as much as girls as possible. And that's all I do all day. Spend my time on social media trying to get girls and getting rejected back to back. Like, this is not one of those videos where I'm gonna tell you, oh my gosh, you felt like before you were a loser and then now you're gonna be a red pill, hoo-ah, 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 and you're gonna get many girls. And I'm gonna take you to a different perspective of life, because we see many of these red pill YouTubers embroidering and getting into young men's hearts and young guys' hearts. They sell you this false narrative that you're a loser here for having 0 girls. The only way you can make it to the top if you have 100 girls. And my honest answer to that is that's straight BS. Because if you are a true man of value, if you are a true man, a traditional man, like how men were back then, you would wait for marriage. You won't be dumb. And yet, they still give you this narrative that to be successful, you need multiple women, multiple girls. That's just not true. And the first reason I would like to add here is it is instant gratification. Whether you want to hear it or not, it's instant gratification. If you don't already know what instant gratification is basically you have a baseline dopamine. If you do an instant gratification habit, something that feels good now, but makes you feel bad in the long run, goes up, it goes below base level after you do that certain habit. Drugs, porn, video games, all those. And then delayed gratification are the things that you do that is kind of hard right now, but it's easy later, or like it makes your life better later, right? And it's just instant gratification, honestly. If you just genuinely think about it and dig deep inside, it's instant gratification. If let's just say, for example, that there's this girl that you truly, truly, truly like, and you feel like you're not coping and you actually want to marry this girl, then go on ahead, like forget this video. But if your dream is to get some beautiful girl and then leave her and then get some other beautiful girl because the red pill brainwashed you into thinking that you should get revenge for girls for rejecting you your whole life, you're gonna play with them your whole life. And that's just stupid. It's instant gratification because what are you doing it for? For pleasure. It's just straight up pleasure. And something might come up inside your mind right now. that, oh, I'm doing it to get experience. But that's just not true. Because if you think about it, your future wife, what is she gonna be like? Does she meet up to the standards of the person you're dating? If she doesn't, so why would you date her? It would be for only a few reasons. Pleasure and instant gratification. You couldn't wait for the second marshmallow. You choose. You chose the one right now. So, the people you have experience with will be degenerate people or people who aren't your wife. So, you'll just be wasting your time. You say experience, that's just not right. That's just not the right way to go about it. So, why do we date? Mainly for three things: validation, societal pressure, and just pleasure. So, the first thing, validation. We want validation from others, even the person that we're dating. We want validation. Oh, this guy's dating someone. That means he's special, this and that. And then societal pressure. We see everybody dating, so then we want to see us dating. And then if we're not dating, people make fun of us that we're not dating, that you know, all of that. And we just get pressured into doing it. And if you just think about it, that's kind of effed up. It's kind of messed up because you don't truly love a girl for actually loving her. You love a girl just because society wants you to love a girl. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, you didn't like live a happy life, good life, and then you met someone across. You were trying to find someone on purpose, and it didn't matter if that was that person or not. It could have been anyone, if you know what I'm trying to say. Like, let's use the word let's use like a random person right here, right? If you date that random person and you dated that random person, it didn't matter if it was another person, just because you just wanted to find a girl. It didn't matter to you which kind of girl, just as long as it's a girl, so you can give in to societal pressure, and people won't make fun of you anymore for being single and stuff, and you're gonna be part of the trends, couple goals, whatever that is nowadays. And you know pleasure pleasure is really up there. Casual sex, it's really up there. In my opinion, casual sex or dating just to have sex, not dating for marriage, is honestly very stupid. Dating to have sex is basically masturbation. Why do I say this? Because sex is something you do with someone you love. Sex is not something you do just to have fun or just for pleasure. Your mind has brainwashed you, this society has brainwashed you with hypersexual stuff into thinking that sex is just purely for pleasure. God created us, man and woman, to be companions to one another. And lust can really, really, really ruin that. When you choose lust over love, your life could get destroyed in an instant. Let's say that you have your perfect wife at home, you have kids at home, but if you do not hone your lust, your sexual desire, what ends up happening is you will ruin your life just in an instant. You love your family, but the lust is too strong, the desire is too strong, and you cheat. You come home and tell your wife, she divorces you and takes the kids. But let me ask you, do you want a family, a beautiful wife, in a beautiful children in just like a simple house? Or do you want to live this hyper reality fake life that these guys are selling you, where you have 10 girls and you got the Lamborghini, you're doing the money spread. You want to live a wholesome life, and that's why you are here in this world, because humans are wholesome creatures. But if somebody told you this, then they won't be able to sell you their money course, whatever it may be, right? But what I'm telling you here is free knowledge, right? It is free knowledge. So, what do we do then? What do we do if not to date? Improve your life relentlessly, and then your future wife will find you. Your future wife will find you. So, if you're just a man improving your life relentlessly, you will find that girl, or she will find you. So I have multiple, what is the word called? I have multiple examples of this. I was studying people, or I was just watching this content, and came across these certain people, right? So basically, the first example I want to use is Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. He was just improving his life relentlessly, getting high up there in business, getting the better in, what is that word called? Climbing the social hierarchy and getting more famous, getting more known, and then getting more knowledge and just like improving his life, right? He was on self improvement basically. And once he improved his life, one of Khadija's friends, Radu Adham, I think that's what you do it. I think that's what you say. But one of her friends told her about Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, about how he was a good man and that he should propose to her. And I think that this is one of the right ways to do it, to go about life for a young man, is to be in a certain state of self-improvement, of where he's relentlessly grinding through his goals, being hungry and masculine. And then the woman will find him, and she is the one that will show him the beauty of life in a feminine way. Because usually, men, you will have this kind of rest or work mode, you know, and when you're in that work mode, sometimes, you feel like you're not doing enough. You feel down. You feel like you're not achieving enough, right? And you're just stressed out and stuff. That's good for us. But later down the road, you will find someone who will take you away from all that. And I think that that's one of the beautiful things that men and women have. And you can only find that through real love, right? So improve your life relentlessly, and you will find your future wife, and she will help you improve your life even more. Because there's this known thing that you stop improving when your wife is there. If you stop improving when your wife is there, then what ends up happening is that the person that your wife met wasn't the same person, right? And things won't be the same way anymore. I'm trying to think of other things I'm trying to remember. So, if you want to focus your time on a girl, you'll be lowering the value of your future wife because the time that you wasted on your current girlfriend could have been used to improve your value. So, this ties along with the instant gratification. If you spend time dating, getting instant gratification pleasure, texting the girl, and then liking her Instagram, posting her on your Instagram, posting her on your story, talking to her friends, because if you talk to her friends, what will happen? She'll like you more, talking to her parents, this and that, and then going through the breakup. So much time wasted on it. And that's why I'm glad that the Quran forbids dating. It's because it's stupid. It's dumb. It's instant gratification that people do nowadays because they can't be alone and seek happiness within themselves. I challenge you once to just sit down and just think with your thoughts. A journal, you can journal whatever may be for you. Most people will not be able to do this, and that's why they seek relationships to fill the void in their heart. But what they don't know is that they are not filling that void with something that is permanent, but with something that is temporary. So find happiness within yourself. Because if you find happiness within other people, then your life won't go the way you want it to be. And another example of this is Prophet Joseph, peace be upon him. So Prophet Joseph was, going through a tough time, a hard time. And then he was climbing his ranks to Egypt, right? He became the governor of Egypt. And then, when I first saw how he got married, I was like saying, wait, what? I was confused, right? Or how I found out when I found out how he got married, right? They don't like they don't go on a couple dates and then they're like trying to find out who each other is. They just were married to. And I was like looking back on how traditional marriages used to be where, the families would bring them together and then they would meet each other. And like I'm not saying like just jump the boat and choose a random person. It's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is that marriage should be the reason why you do relationships slash sex, all those things, dating, all of it. It should be for marriage. You should have high standards. There's this thing where if you say that you DM a girl, right? And then you say that you're texting her because you want to marry her or you're interested in marrying her, she will look at you kind of weird. And then she will laugh, talk to you about her friends. And then you will just seem like a loser. But there is certain girls out there that if you tell her that, you're interested in marriage, she will have this wholesome feeling inside of her because she has a good mother and father and they have a good relationship. And she wants that for herself as well. And she sees that you want that as well. There's not a lot of those girls. There's more of the girls who will make fun of you because you're interested in marrying her. And she cares about only her Instagram followers, getting many guys in her DMs texting her, hooking up with them. And I would just like to end off the video with a quote from the Quran. And the quote is, pious and good men are for pious and good women. and evil and bad men are for evil and bad women. So be a great man, right? And improve your life. And inshallah, you will find a great woman. And focus on that grind. Get closer to God. It's not for me. Improve your life. Be the best boss man you can be. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.